So this friend of mine that I do comedy with is really upset that there's some dudes in the comedy scene that were like talking mad shit about her. It's this friend of mine that's got this brain tumor. I'm gonna say a few things about this. People that do stand-up aren't very good people. So it's really not surprising that they're saying really ugly things about somebody that they do stand-up with. I mean, they don't really have any reason to respect her. I mean, that's just the way it is, though. I mean, I really feel like most people are like that. And I tried to tell her, you know, like, just working at restaurants, people talk shit about each other all the time. I mean, I know as soon as I leave Steak and Shake, they're talking mad shit about me. I already know, because I hear the kind of shit that they say about everybody else when they're not there. So, I like to guess what people say about me. Or are they talking about how I talk to myself all the time? Or are they talking about how I pick my nose? Or are they talking about how I'm always late and it's really, really annoying? Are they talking about how I dilly-dally and I do everything the long way? Lexi said the funniest shit the other day. I can't remember what she said, but it was really funny. She said, man, you dilly-dally. You dilly-dally all the time. I'm like, dude, I dally-dilly. I'm not a dilly-dallier. I'm a dally-dillier, bitch. But, yeah, it's like people talk shit about each other all the time. But especially because of social media. Like, everything is so dramatic now because of social media. And people just gossip. But, you know, this friend of mine, and I was thinking about this, a lot of my female friends are very, very attractive, and they dress like total skanks. And so, when they get that kind of attention, they get mad about it. Because the friend that I'm talking about, you know, apparently the other comics were making fun of her, saying that she had some kind of venereal disease or some shit. But it's like, she wears all these little bitty shorts and like just skanky ass clothes, you know? And my friend Kimberly does the same shit, you know? Like, and then they complain when they get this unwanted attention from men. I'm like, dude, you kind of, I mean, even if you actually don't want it, it's like, you kind of have to expect that, though. Because men are dogs. They really are. I think that women want them to be dogs to some extent. I'm not even saying that to knock men. I think that that's just in their nature. They're attracted to women. And so if they see a woman and she's got her tits hanging out, they see a woman and she's wearing these little Daisy Dukes and heels and all that, they're just gonna assume that, like, she wants to be looked at like that. And whether she does or she doesn't, that really doesn't matter. They're still going to do it. And you know, when you do stand-up comedy and you wear clothes like that, and then You know, my friend's a model too. She's a real pretty girl. Like I said, I always fucking befriend these really hot chicks. They're like 1,000 times more attractive than I'll ever be. It's like my lot in life, I guess. But like smoking hot bitches like flock to me. I think it's because they're insecure. On some level, they're insecure, and they want my confidence. So they're like, holy shit, she's not pretty, but she's still confident. How did she get there? See, I'm sure that sometimes I give off the impression that like I want male attention because I don't wear a bra. But then they realize they're like, oh, well, she doesn't care about the rest of her physical appearance, you know? Like, I'm wearing flip-flops with socks that are mismatched, and I have 2 hats on. I don't shave under my arms. I'm not doing anything about this missing tooth. Really couldn't care less about my physical appearance. It's all about comfort. It's all about chillax, you know? A lot of these women, it's like, I could never understand this, why women do so much to themselves physically. Whether they get plastic surgery or they put on a bunch of makeup, they spend like 2 to 3 hours on their hair. All to look good for like, I don't know, a few hours, maybe one evening. It's just so ridiculous to me. But I guess all those clothes are eventually comfortable. Like, you tell yourself that they're eventually comfortable. You know, I'm sure the corsette was eventually comfortable because you just got so used to it. But you like my friend CJ, the one with the big ass, the loud ass black bitch. I mean, you see the clothes that she wears. She dresses like a damn skank. And she's gorgeous. Gorgeous girl. She's like 40. She's 41 years old. She still looks that good. But yeah, I mean, she wears these little bitty clothes, like these real tight shorts and real tight dresses and like, you know, skank stilettos. And I mean, I asked her, I was like, how can you walk around in those? She's like, oh, I'm used to it, girl. Totally used to it. You know, I used to wear, I think I wore heels every once in a while, but I used to wear platforms, you know, back in the day with Spice Girls. I used to wear platforms like this fucking high. I remember I had these platform boots and I fell in them. No joke, I fell in them. It was awful. Like, I wore them to work because I was so dumb. I wore them to work. I worked at the movie theater and I wore these platform boots that were this high, not slip resistant, of course. And those shoes were already hard enough to walk in, but just imagine walking on a floor that was not only covered in grease, but covered in like popcorn oil and butter and all kinds of shit. Dude, I fell on my ass. But I guess that's a bit. It's not a really good bit though, because it's not really that interesting. Lots of people, including what's her face, Emma, Baby Spice. She fell on her platforms. I think she like sprained her ankle. She was in a wheelchair. I remember that shit. Because that's what happens. If you don't know how to walk in the shoes, eventually those shoes will walk all over you, right? Like Nancy Sinatra, she said something like that about them boots. It's a pretty good song. That's a really good bass line. Yeah, that would be like a good song to cover. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up tonight when I get home. I need to go to bed. I need to read more of the Bible. That's what I need to do. I started reading Matthew in the Restoration Bible. So, Jesus Cristo, Yeshua, Yahusha, prophesies about in Isaiah over and over and over again. That's cool. That's what I love about it. It takes you back to the Old Testament. I mean, that's what New Testament is. A throwback to the Old Testament. It's like, hey, you forgot about all this. Just thought I'd come here to remind you, and then die on a cross for your dumb ass. You know? I fucking love Jesus so much, man.